Alright guys, I'm going to talk about how to graph from the equations. So when you're graphing, if you're doing a circle, an ellipse, or a hyperbola, on all of these, you need to know the center, the vertices, and the covertices. That's what you need to graph. Now, it doesn't make entirely sense because not all of these actually have these parts, but I'll talk about them as we're going. So, on like this one right here, number 21, it's telling me x squared over 4 plus y plus 2 squared over 16 equals 1. This is a vertical ellipse because this has the a squared underneath it, so it's actually in the wrong order. I'm going to reorder it. I'm going to do the center on this, which is going to be 0, negative 2. I'm going to do the vertices on this, which I'm going to add and subtract 4. I'm going to do the covertices, which I'm going to add and subtract 2. And then I'm going to be able to graph this out. So I'm going to go to my center, 0, negative 2. I'm going to go to my vertices, which is 0, 2, 0, negative 6. My covertices, 2, negative 2, and negative 2, negative 2. And then I'm just going to do my best to connect those points. For a hyperbola, I'm going to find the same stuff. So vertex on this is going to be 2, 0. Sorry, center. Center on this is going to be 2, 0. Vertices, I'm going to be adding and subtracting 5. So it's going to be 2, 5, 2, negative 5. Covertices, I'm going to be adding and subtracting 3. So it's going to be 5, 0, negative 1, 0. Go to my center first. Make my vertices. Covertices. And then on a hyperbola, I want to make the box that connects my vertices and covertices. My asymptotes are going to go through the corners and the center of the box. And then I'm just going to go from my vertex, infinitely close to the asymptotes. My other vertex, infinitely close to the asymptotes. And that's how I do a hyperbola. On a circle, it's kind of the same thing, even though they don't technically have vertices and covertices. I want to have the center, which is going to be 4, negative 3, and the radius, which is going to be 1. Square root of 1 is still 1. Go to my center. And then this is telling me to go 1 in every direction. So those are like my vertices. These are like my covertices. So that's what I meant when I said on all of these you need the center, vertices, and covertices. Parabolas are a little bit different. On parabolas, you want to have the vertex always. And then you either need the slope, which it's not technically that, but it's like that, which comes from your 1 over 4p. That's the same thing as the slope. Kind of. And I'll explain that. Or the focus will help you graph it. So when I'm graphing it, if I have something that tells me x equals 1/4 y minus 5 minus 3, I'm going to do the vertex, which is negative 3, 5. The slope just comes from this value right here, but because this is horizontal, I'm going to actually flip it. So I'm going to go to my vertex, negative 3, 5. I'm going to go from this point up 4 and over 1. I'm going to go down 4 and over 1. And then I'm just going to connect those. And that's all that we're really doing to graph them.